Hi everyone, thanks for starting your online training to be a course rep. This is a short explanation of how to collect feedback from course mates and what to do with it. At the end will be a short open book quiz to help you assess if you understand the process. And after completing the quiz, you are officially a Harper Adams course rep. So let's get started.
Student Voice works in partnership with the university. If you'd like more information, you can click the link above.
The first step is to collect feedback from course mates, and there are lots of ways to do this. You can speak to students directly. Surveys and social media channels may work well for you, and you may also want to ask your course tutor for a few moments in course tutor sessions to remind the group of your role and provide them with a way to communicate with you. Next, I will share an overview of the feedback loop before we look at a more detailed diagram. So the process begins when course reps gather feedback from peers on their course. From there, as course reps, you will contact your module tutors or module leads with course-specific feedback. You will send non-course specific feedback to the department rep and bring unresolved course-specific feedback to committee meetings. You will update your course mates on the progress of feedback and of actions. And finally, you will bring anything that's unresolved to your department rep. Let's use a diagram from the course rep handbook to break down this process. The handbook is on the HASU website on the course rep page. You may find it useful throughout the year and also for your quiz after this video. Let's say you receive feedback from a course mate. The first question to ask is the feedback about the course that we're on? If the answer is no, is the feedback urgent or an issue to do with the student's well-being? The answer may be no. So for example, the student might have come to you concerned about the lack of plug sockets in the lecture theater that you use. If that's the case, you want to send that feedback to your department rep. Don't forget to tell that course mate what you did with their feedback, that you handed it over to the department rep. If the non-course specific feedback is urgent, bring it to the union right away. If it's about the well-being of the student, make sure you bring that feedback to student services. They are there to promote and support student mental health and overall well-being. Let's imagine that the feedback is about the course that you're on. The first thing you want to do is contact your module tutor or your module lead with that feedback. It's the most direct way of handling the feedback. Ask yourself if the feedback was resolved. If the answer is yes, that's great. Inform your course mates of the resolution. If the feedback is not resolved, the next step is to contact your course tutor. If you were able to resolve the feedback with your course tutor, that's great. Make sure you inform your course mates of the resolution. If you weren't able to resolve the feedback, then you bring it to committee meeting. So only feedback that is course specific and unresolved will come to the committee meeting. Ask yourself if the feedback was resolved through the committee meeting, and if yes, that's great. Inform your course mates of the resolution. If not, make sure you send the feedback to the department rep. And make sure you tell your course mates what you've done with their feedback, that you have handed it over to the department rep. Take a moment to notice how important it is to inform your course mates of the actions you've taken on their behalf. It's really important that you don't forget this step. It's easy to think that because there was a resolution, you've done your part. But if you don't tell students what the resolution was, they may never discover the impact of their feedback. Likewise, if there wasn't a resolution and you gave the feedback to the department rep, it's important that the student know what stage we're at with addressing their concerns. Hopefully it's clear what you're meant to do with feedback. There is a link below this video that takes you to a short quiz. Please use the video or the handbook to help you with the answers. When you've completed the quiz, you are officially a Harper Adams course rep. Thanks so much for your time, and don't hesitate to come see me, Zena, your student voice coordinator, if you have any questions. The SU is on the ground floor of Facenda, and you can come visit us anytime.